Being average in America isn't failing, but it's not safe either, because the system wasn't built to reward average effort, average income, or average outcomes anymore. It was built to extract just enough to keep you moving while quietly draining margin from every direction. And the cost of that doesn't show up all at once. It shows up slowly, monthly, relentlessly. Most people think of average as neutral, middle class, stable, fine, not rich, not poor, just doing okay. But in modern America, average has become a financial pressure zone. You're not struggling enough to get help. You're not ahead enough to feel secure. You're constantly exposed to risk with very little buffer. And that's the real cost of being average. Not failure, not poverty, but fragility. Income looks fine until you price reality. That's not poor, that's exposed. It means your life works only as long as nothing deviates from the plan. No missed paychecks, no medical surprises, no layoffs, no rate hikes, no emergencies that arrive back to back. Stability exists, but it's conditional. And conditional stability isn't security. It's a balancing act. When income barely clears the baseline, every decision carries weight. You don't choose the best option, you choose the least damaging one. Repairs get postponed. Health gets negotiated. Opportunities get filtered through cost first, potential second. You don't ask, is this good for me? You ask, can I survive this? Over time, that mindset changes behavior. You become reactive instead of proactive. You optimize for short-term relief rather than long-term progress. Credit fills the gap, not because you're reckless, but because it's the only tool available when cash flow has no slack. And the cruel part is that from the outside, everything still looks fine. The bills are paid, the lights are on, the car runs, the fridge is stocked. But beneath that surface is constant vigilance, a quiet awareness that one disruption could unravel months or years of effort. You don't feel desperate, but you never feel safe. There's no margin to breathe, no room to recover, no buffer to absorb reality when it inevitably misbehaves. That's the real cost of exposure. It's not the big crises that break people first. It's the accumulation of small compromises, the way temporary solutions become permanent, the way resilience gets mistaken for stability, the way endurance gets praised while security remains out of reach. Being exposed means you're functioning at the edge of your capacity, not failing, not collapsing, just constantly compensating. And the longer you live there, the harder it becomes to imagine another way. Because when all your energy goes into holding things together, there's nothing left to build something better. Debt becomes the shock absorber. The cost of being average isn't debt itself, it's dependent on it. When debt becomes the default response to volatility, it stops being a bridge and starts becoming infrastructure. You don't use it for emergencies anymore. You rely on it to smooth normal life. A repair doesn't feel exceptional. A medical bill doesn't feel surprising. A few months of imbalance just get absorbed into revolving balances and payment plans. And that's how the trap sets in. Minimum payments create the illusion of control. As long as you can make them, nothing feels urgent. But minimums aren't designed to solve the problem. They're designed to extend it. Interest quietly reallocates your future income before you ever see it. Raises don't feel like progress. Tax refunds disappear instantly. Any financial momentum gets siphoned off before it can compound. And debt also distorts decision-making. You don't take risks that could improve your life because you can't afford instability. You stay in jobs longer than you should. You avoid transitions that might pay off later because they feel too dangerous now. Debt doesn't just cost money, it costs optionality. And over time, that dependency reshapes identity. You stop seeing debt as temporary and start seeing it as normal. You plan around payments instead of goals. You measure affordability by monthly minimums instead of total cost. You accept that progress will be slow because you've never experienced anything else. This is why average households often feel stuck even when nothing is wrong. They're not irresponsible, they're constrained. Their financial system is optimized for survival, not growth. Debt becomes the quiet background noise of life, always present, rarely questioned, steadily extracting time, energy, and future freedom. That's the real cost. Not the balance, not the interest rate, but the way dependence on debt turns volatility into permanence and keeps average lives permanently one disruption away from falling behind. Housing is the anchor and the weight. For many Americans, housing is the single largest expense and the greatest source of perceived security. But average housing costs now demand above-average sacrifices. High rent limits saving. Home ownership adds maintenance, taxes, insurance, and risk. Moving becomes expensive and disruptive. Opportunity becomes geographically constrained. Housing doesn't just consume income, it consumes flexibility. And flexibility is what protects you from shocks. When income is average and housing is expensive, every unexpected expense becomes a negotiation with the rest of your life. Healthcare is the wild card. One illness, one accident, one diagnosis. That's all it takes to push an average financial life into chaos. Even with insurance, deductibles and out-of-pocket costs are high. Time off work is unpaid or limited. Medications stack. Follow-up appointments multiply. This isn't rare, it's normal. And the average household is not built to absorb it without consequences. That's the hidden cost. Health risk isn't just physical, it's financial. Savings feel optional until they aren't. Most average Americans want to save, they plan to save, they intend to save once things stabilize. But things rarely stabilize. Saving competes with urgency. Debt feels more pressing, bills feel immediate, life feels now, so savings get postponed. The result isn't irresponsibility, it's math. And without savings, every disruption hits harder. There's no cushion, no breathing room, no recovery time, just stress layered on stress. The cost of being average is living one surprise away from panic. Time becomes the invisible expense. Average income often demands maximum time, long hours, commutes, side gigs, constant availability. You trade time for stability, but stability never fully arrives, so you trade more time. That has a cost too. Less rest, less learning, less margin to pivot, less energy to build something better. Average isn't lazy, it's exhausted. Understanding this doesn't mean rejecting work, responsibility, or effort. It means recognizing that average outcomes require above-average awareness just to stay afloat. And once you see that clearly, you stop judging yourself and start building margin intentionally. If this breakdown resonated, make sure to like and subscribe. We talk about the realities beneath the numbers, the things everyone feels but few say out loud. Because in a system this tight, awareness isn't optional, it's survival.